The great British love affair with train travel is as old as the railways themselves. From the beating heart of London's metropolis to the majesty of the Scottish Highlands. Connecting coast and countryside with our great cities, the East Coast Line has it all.
Disregard that, it's a glitch.
But it's the people who give life to this railway.
Come on, Frisco, I trust you.
British public are the best form of entertainment on the planet.
The East Coast Line carries 19 million passengers a year on 155 train journeys a day, along almost 1,000 miles of track. East Coast is the largest operator on the line. It runs trains, manages stations, and employs nearly 3,000 staff.
That's what you're doing all day. I'm not playing with you while you're showing off.
The East Coast workforce toils tirelessly.
Mind your backs, please.
From driving trains...
Look at this office window. Fantastic.
...to making breakfasts...
I've cooked that much bacon over the years, surprised I haven't turned into a pig.
...to controlling the whole train set.
Morning. That's absolutely excellent, Graham. Thank you very much for that news.
Keeping everything on track behind the scenes and in public.
I've been standing here for half an hour.
These are the real heroes of the railway. East Coast staff are constantly striving for perfection.
Can we go back and do it again?
Trying to keep trains on time, preparing meals at over 100 miles an hour.
I'm dropping them on the floor because you're making me drop them on the floor.
And looking after their passengers in stations.
Can somebody help us on 3 to take a wheelchair?
And on trains.
Evening, any hot food for you?
And for a workforce dedicated to serving the nation's train-goers, there's nothing better than a bit of recognition. Especially at the East Coast's annual awards.
Does it look okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Very nice.
When colleagues and travelling public alike nominate their railway heroes.
Oh my goodness! Our favourite.
And for one night only, the stars of East Coast step out of their uniform and scrub up for their own red carpet event.
And the winner is...
And the winner is...
The winner is...
I've been doing my job 15 years now, and I really like it. Every day is different, so when you come in, you think, oh God, what am I going to expect now? You know, there might be some delays if you're coming in on a late shift. So every day is so different, so yeah, I really enjoy it.
It's Saturday morning in York. Information controller Julie is getting ready for one of York Station's busiest days of the year.
It's York races today, plus it's bank holiday and plus it's payday. So I think everybody's come here because it's nice weather. They've come for the races and they're staying over. So we're more busier than usual on here.
A bank holiday race day at York can bring double the usual number of passengers through an already busy station.
Oh, look at all these coming off. Busy, very busy.
The first race starts in just over an hour. Every train delivers a flurry of fetching frocks, fancy headgear, smart suits, and traditional racing attire.
We're off to York races for me stag do, lad. We're off with me old horse here. It's called Humphrey.
And the buses are ready to take Humphrey and his mates on their way. But despite being under extra pressure on race day, Julie still manages to enjoy the warm weather and the racy ladies.
I like looking at all the ladies' dresses and their shoes, it's really good, and see what they're wearing and everything. So yeah, it's nice, and they're all in summer clothes, which is good today.
And there's plenty of them.
How many more? Any more?
But the lively crowd won't get in the way of Julie doing her job.
Mind your backs! Can somebody help us on 3 to take a wheelchair? That was a busy train. Really busy. I troubled getting that wheelchair off because there was that many people on and off.
and they don't look. When there's a ramp being put down, they don't look and they just walk by you. But half of them are coming off drunk now. Bit tiddly.
It's only been a few weeks since East Coast train dispatcher, JR, retired after 47 years of service on the platform at York.
There she goes. That's the last train I'll ever dispatch in my life.
He was given an emotional send-off.
It's a sad day for me. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Oh,
But his colleagues planned an extra special treat for him. Today, JR is out of retirement and back on York platform. But this time, it's purely for pleasure.
They've arranged for me to go on the driver's cab on the 1001 to London King's Cross, as I've just completed 47 years service, so they're giving me a trip of a lifetime. All my life I've wanted to go in driver's cab, so my dreams come true.
Taking JR on his train trip of a lifetime is driver John.
Well, after we've, been a few stops, maybe I'll get off and leave you to it.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, once I've been seeing you a few times with this, I might have an idea what you're doing. Fantastic. This is great, this. It's so different to be sat up front and just sat on train.
JR has spent nearly 5 decades working on the railway, but remarkably, he's never been in the driver's seat.
It's nice for me to sat up front of a train rather than waving it away. 28 years on the York station dispatching trains. I've seen thousands of them. Yeah, so now I'm here, sat up front. It's a different way of life. It's great, it's great.
JR is taking in everything he can on this dream trip, but of course he already knows more than the average passenger.
So every time that ding, they have to cancel it, and in so many seconds, don't your brakes come on?
That's right, that's the AWS,
Yeah,
the
automatic warning system.
You know it, you got it. So you're nearly trained up.
I'll just, give me a few more months.
My first shift as a train driver, I worked, I think it was the 8:35 from King's Cross to Leeds. But my wife knew I was going to do this, and obviously she wanted to sort of mark the occasion in some way. So my wife and my mother and father-in-law came down to Potterbar Station where we live, and they actually, first of all, they made a banner up saying, "Way go Steve" on it. And then my wife got ready to take a photo as I went through. And the first thing was they showed it to the wrong train. It was the person in front of me they showed it to, so whatever they thought, I don't know. But then my wife practiced so many times to take the photo that the batteries ran out on the camera, so she actually missed it completely. First time you're out on your own, it was very nerve-wracking because you do all your training with somebody else in the cab. So this is your first trip on your own, and you hear every creak and groan from that loco, and you're thinking, oh, does that sound right? Does that look right?
Couldn't sleep the night before, tossing and turning, thinking about it all day long. And you know you can do the job because you've been trained to do it and all that, but it's happy answer, obviously you're nervous and you want to do everything right. But once you set sail and you do halfway through the journey, you're doing everything correctly, you start to relax a bit, and all your training that you've done, and you feel dead proud after you've done the very first shift for the very first time,
JR won't forget his memorable day at the front of the train.
123, nearly 125 mile an hour. Absolutely fantastic. I love speed. And this is what you've got here, speed. Very comfortable, this train, to ride in front. And you sat at home in armchair, this. Sat in front of the telly. It's great, yeah. Oh my God. How weird is this? I tell you something, that's fantastic, that. Can we go back and do it again? I enjoy it.
This special driver's seat journey has given JR a moment to reflect.
I could travel on this every day. I love it. Yeah, it's great. Better than driving car. Oh, yeah. And this chap here, best job in the world. Yeah, I think so, anyway.
11:45 you booked on, straight down and round the corner.
After a busy race day shift, Julie has finally reached her finish line.
It's been really good. It's passed really quick. I enjoy being busy and seeing lots of people come through the station. So, yeah, it's a shame to go home, but I'm going. I live near the races, so I'll probably see people go by my house and watch them all go by, but I don't think I'll do much this afternoon. I might just sit in a beer garden.
As Julie heads off home, JR's train is pulling into King's Cross Station.
Right on time we are.
As the regular passengers depart, JR looks for the perfect memento of his locomotive loving.
I'll take a picture here if you don't mind it. The driver who brought me to London. Thank you very much.
I don't have to ask you to smile, do I?
I've been ambition to go into driver's cab since I started on Railway in 1966. Now we're in 2013 and my dreams come true. Fantastic. I feel like royalty being in that cab. Royalty. So it's been great, yeah. Yeah, I remember this for the rest of my life.
The winners return from the races.
Liam, it's you, Liam. I've seen you before here.
And an onboard party receives extra support.
I'm your man, or woman.
At York Station, newly trained dispatcher Liam is facing a big test. The York Races crowd are making their way back from the track, and some are a little worse for wear.
The most difficult thing about my job is, probably when you get the customer complaints, people can be sort of difficult to deal with, but it's just deal with them to the best of your abilities, pointing them in the right direction. I think you have a good sense of humour, that's for sure, because at times of disruption when things are sort of difficult, treating each situation individually and finding your way around it.
And Liam's feeling pretty confident despite facing a potentially unruly crowd.
The next hour it's going to get very busy, it's going to be manic. The alt race goers will sort of be heading in then if we don't go to the pub first. But we'll be all right, we'll get through it. As long as we get them onto the train and get the train away safely, then everyone's happy.
The crowds from race day make this a busy and unpredictable shift, and inexperienced Liam will be dispatching trains under the watchful eye of old hand Richard.
All yours. I'll be 12 yards behind you. It's going to be busy. It's race day. Quite a lot of people will probably be drinking, so that's got implications on what they do or don't do by the side of the train.
Sure, yeah.
If you're comfy in any way, just say, Rich, can you do it?
You shout,
I've got more than enough faith in you. You'll be fine.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, I'm dispatching Richard's guidance, yeah, but he's got enough faith in me to do it. Obviously under probably the most pressure I'm going to be under with sort of let's say, intoxicated people, so it'll be different anyway. When people have had a drink, there's more chance of them sort of running through a train and sort of trying to push the button or pull the handle to get on it, so you got to sort of be extra vigilant watching out for any hot spots. Anything like that, people trying to get off trains when they're already moving. People think the Superman when they've had a drink, don't they, so anything like that really.
York Station is starting to fill up with the well-dressed and the well-lubricated.
Liam, it's you, Liam. I've seen you before here.
Well, Liam, you're a good lad, Liam. You're here defending these lines, Liam.
Despite the attentions of his well-oiled new best friends, Liam has managed to stay calm and carry on, but he's confronted with a fresh new challenge.
That's wasn't it. Why have they done that?
Right, anybody for the train to London? It's going to go off platform 3 now. We've got time to get there, but we'll be keeping you fit.
And they're off. A sudden signalling problem has started the day's most important race to the opposite platform. Although they're cutting it fine, fortunately, everyone makes it safely and on time. But just as Liam's about to blow his whistle...
Rail 73, the guy's just having a problem with one of the passengers. I'm back with him in a minute, over.
No worries, when he's ready, we'll just start again, over.
Receive that, Sean. No problem, we'll do it over. All right, we're good. We'll start again. Start again. Right, Sean, we're ready to go. If we want to start again, over.
With the stray passenger now safely on board, Liam takes a second crack at the train dispatch. And this time, it's off. The train is heading to King's Cross, and Liam can breathe a sigh of relief.
How was that then?
Different,
Yeah, a bit hectic, isn't it?
Yeah.
His last train has been dispatched, and Liam takes a well-earned break.
That's really good. Well done. It was good in all ways today. It's a hectic Saturday. Yeah, a lot quieter than earlier. Been a busy day earlier in the day for Liam to be training on a bank holiday with races. Really good experience for Liam. And personally for myself, it's a lot calmer than it was 2 hours ago. The race goers are on the way home safe and sound, and it will only get quieter, which is a nice thing for us.
Old Hand Richard will be sending the remaining race day passengers on their way home. But some are finding the welcome of York Station a little too relaxing.
He's sleeping soundly. There we go.
But Richard decides that nap time is over.
Excuse me, mister. You okay?
Yeah.
We're giving you 10 minutes, but it's not totally appropriate to be snoozing on a station like you are.
Yeah, I understand.
Have you got enough about you to get a coffee or something and get with it? Because
I'm just happy to just get...
not enough. Yeah, being customer facing, you see it most weekends, and they respond in different ways. I'd be happy if everybody responded like that. Some are a bit more grumpy when they have to surface, but thankfully he had enough about him to know he should get a coffee.
After a day of near pandemonium, a calm finally falls over York Station. Only 27 miles away in Leeds, the station is starting to get lively in anticipation of the 14:05 service to King's Cross.
Right, we're off, guys. We can go through. Coach C.
The crowd is dressed mostly in pink, with an emphasis on cleavage, while the mood is festive and charitable. The team of competitors is heading to the annual Moonwalk, a nocturnal marathon on the streets of London in support of breast cancer research. It demands only comfortable shoes, a steely resolve, and a memorable bra.
It's the way she sold it to me. She said, how would you like to go to London for the weekend and spend it with some ladies with their underwear on? I thought she was buying me a birthday present.
The 2.5-hour journey south is spent making sure everyone's costumes and bodies are covered in as much bling as possible.
Your head's not on. Oh, my head's not on. Just a minute. Is that on now? Yeah.
Well, I think Adele Alone's race, nearly 1,000, that wasn't included.
The Leeds chapter of the event was organised this year by Alison, and there's a moving personal story behind the fun facade.
So this is a group of 65 people who have come together, and we are walking 26 miles through the night, so a marathon, and we're doing it in aid of a young lady who died of breast cancer last year called Evelyn Cross. She was a primary school teacher, and she was really special, really. So she would definitely be up for what we're doing today. And she knew we were doing the moonwalk before she died.
Evelyn's parents and brother are an essential part of the evening's efforts.
Our daughter will be proud of us, so she'd be so proud because we're in her favourite colour, which is pink. She'd be so proud of everybody.
You know, it's unfortunate what's happened to Evelyn, but we must look forward as well for the people who can hopefully beat this disease and live a long and happy life.
So they are the true story behind it. So.
The main reason we're here is because of Terry and Kim Lloyd.
Yeah, these guys here went for a hard time and we're here to support them. And we've been training for weeks. Hours and minutes. And it's going to be a tremendous experience. How's that? Yeah, good.
East Coast has donated a whole carriage to the cause to keep the challengers comfortable en route for their long night of walking hard, doing good and laughing loud.
I think if we can start in this spirit, we've got a good chance of ending. I think it'll be very interesting to see what state we're all in when we set off back tomorrow.
The fundraising effort behind the Leeds Moonwalk has reached an impressive figure.
The total that we've raised right now is £18,715.20. It's important. 20 pence is definitely important.
With the final sequin, tattoo and fairy light attached,
I'm ready. I'm your man or woman.
the group pulls into King's Cross, ready to light up London's night sky. The stakes are high for driver Steve as he takes a nightmare test.
It's just one thing happening after another all the time. You're always thinking, have you done something wrong?
Evening, can we have food for you?
And Chef Sean is off to a bad start with the new menu.
And I have upset myself because I've done it. I'm not happy.
Of all the jobs on the railway, being a train driver is the most high-profile and romanticised role. In reality, it's a demanding job involving frequent training, constant tests, stress and risk. But for most drivers, once they've had a taste of it, there is no other life for them.
I like train driving because if you do your job and you go from A to B when you should and you do everything the way you should do, first of all, you don't get bothered by anyone. And then there's a feeling of power. You're in control of this 500-ton train. You've got responsibility for 600-700 passengers at times. The two things together, it's like a boy's dream in a way to be able to do train driving.
Every 2 years, each one of East Coast drivers is required to complete a set of rigorous driving tests. Steve has recently taken and passed his in-train practical examination.
The stop was fine, it was nice and smooth and controlled. It was spot on.
Today, he's going to travel the whole of the East Coast line, but he won't be leaving King's Cross Station. He'll be taking his train simulator exam, sitting in an exact replica of a locomotive driving system, complete with virtual front window.
Steve. It's obviously a relatively stressful time because at the end of the day, if you do get something majorly wrong, it could be that you're taken off driving. That's your job you're talking about, so you do have to get it right. Fingers crossed, and we'll see how it goes.
Back to keep a watchful examiner's eye on every move he makes is Steve's instructor, Colin.
The thing with the simulator is there will be events that will happen today which don't normally happen. To test his emergency procedures, basically. He will have his work cut out. It'll be sort of like the journey from hell because there'll be a lot more happen than what normally happens. But then that's the very nature of why we're here, to put his knowledge to the test, really.
If you indicate when you're ready to start, Steve, I'll start it away.
OK, I'm Colin. I'm ready, Colin.
OK, here we go.
Let's get it over with.
As Steve sweats it out in a dark London room, around 500 miles north in Scotland,
the whole life of a driver, yeah?
Driver Graham is speeding through the most picturesque stretch of the entire network. Surrounded by picture postcard Scottish scenery.
If you woke up this every day out your front windows, you couldn't argue, could you?
But Graham's picture-perfect jaunt from Inverness to Edinburgh isn't completely without tribulation.
You'll often see up here, you'll see a deer just jumping across the fence and, like, running across the track and up to the other side. It's quite a regular occurrence, actually. And unfortunately, they don't all make it. I've only hit one once up here. I feel awful, I feel sorry for the poor thing. I didn't even like hitting a pigeon, I mean hitting a deer. So There's a couple of red deer there. If you're lucky, you can only see quite a lot of them, actually.
Back at King's Cross, deer aren't a concern for Steve, but he is approaching the first of his own journey's hazards, an unexpected red signal.
Hello King's Cross, this is a driver 1 Alpha 03, stood at kilo 662 signal.
What it is, driver, is well, we've got some signalling problems in
The examiner has prepared a series of unusual tasks and extreme challenges that are critical for Steve to master.
So I have your authority to pass kilo 662 at danger. Thank you.
King's Cross out.
And while Steve concentrates on his technical test, Graham has time for a short history lesson.
There's been a few battles here. Obviously, the most famous person is William Wallace, which the monument commemorates on the hill there. It's Blair Athol Castle, and the guy who has it, he's the only one who's legally allowed to have a private army. Right now, we're approaching Moncrief Tunnel, which apparently is the longest tunnel, railway tunnel in Scotland. So I think it's just over 1,100 metres, I think. Well, now, when I'm sitting cool through this tunnel now, I can imagine what it must be like driving the London Underground.
Back in London...
Hello, is that the guard? Over.
Yes, the guard, over.
Just to inform you that we've got 10 people at work in between here at Walmer Green, kilo 603 signal. Hello, King's Cross Signaller. This is the driver of 1 Alpha 03 on the approach to Finsbury Park. I've just had an ADD activation. It's quite intensive. As you can see, there's just one thing happening after another all the time. So it can be quite tiring, and I think when you're doing this, you're always thinking, have you done something wrong? But hopefully it's going okay.
Steve is battling the rain. But Graham has a much sunnier outlook.
And these are the sunglasses you get. They're not bad, actually. Makes us look like Gary Cooper.
Down the line in London, Steve's journey from hell is nearly done.
Steve, you can stop there because that's the end of this assessment.
Okay. It's just really intense.
After a very different morning, Graham pulls into Edinburgh Waverley Station.
Well, that's it. That's me done as if my duties for the day. And the most enjoyable journey, wasn't it? Fantastic scenery. Now you know why I love my job.
And as Graham sets off to relax, the crucial question is, has Steve passed his critical training exam?
Everything was spot on. You just need to sign there.
Okay, that's great.
Done.
Thank you, Colin.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
It's a sigh of relief for Steve as he extends his driving credentials for another 2 years.
Oh yeah, I can definitely relax now. Now the assessment's out of the way, it's like, whew, great. Haven't got to do that for 2 years. No, definitely good, and I can definitely relax.
Every 6 months, East Coast launches a new menu for its first-class passengers, and today, Chef Sean will get his first crack at the new dishes.
I'm always apprehensive with a new menu. Got to make sure everything's right, and of course, it's how we serve it. It's got to be right. It's as simple as that, especially with a new menu. It's just got to be right.
Cooking is in Sean's blood.
Yeah. And I was destined to cook. My mum was a head chef. I can remember as a child sitting in the kitchen in a hotel watching her cook. The good thing about it was lick the bowl. It's always lick the bowl.
But there's no bowl licking today. The new menu has got Sean more than a little flustered.
It's a bit of a panic for me because I've never cooked it before, so it's just a massive, great big learning curve for me.
The 5:30 to Edinburgh leaves King's Cross, and as Sean is still digesting the new menu, customer services assistant Darren is already taking orders.
Evening, any hot food for you?
Sean's keen to ensure that everything meets his own high professional standards.
Every detail of the menu, every detail of the food is my responsibility. It's quite daunting for me. I like to be in control of my kitchen. You know what I mean?
And there's one new menu item that seems to be a big hit with the passengers.
The salmon, yep, in a can, thank you. Salmon as well, yep, push can. The salmon, yeah, no. The salmon, thank you. Right then, we've got 14 chicken, 2 spinach and 15 salmon.
It'll be about 3 or 4 minutes.
The heat is on. Sean must get 31 orders out within the next 5 minutes. He rapidly plates the salmon with green beans and boiled potatoes, whilst Darren cracks the whip.
17.56, not too bad.
It'll be out, don't you worry.
You're not dropping them on the floor today?
I'm dropping them on the floor because you're making me drop them on the floor.
Sorry. Thank you very much, perfect.
15 orders of salmon are on their way to the hungry travellers.
Thank you. Salmon's the popular one tonight.
And Sean's culinary skills are not lost on the diners.
Given that the guys are preparing food at 125 miles an hour, it's pretty good.
I think a lot of our passengers are surprised for how good the food is that we produce on the trains.
But there's a slight problem.
The potatoes are supposed to be roast?
No.
Just checking.
The menu says salmon supreme served with roast potatoes and sugar snap peas. So I guess they've changed the potatoes and the peas. I didn't notice that actually.
Overall, I think the potatoes are a little bit disappointing because the menu says roast, and there's not a lot of colour on those.
With a quick reappraisal of the new menu, Sean is tucking into a piece of humble pie.
How did I miss that? I read the manual about 10 times today, but it doesn't always sink in.
11, yep, salmon, there we go, thank you.
And I have upset myself because I've done it. I'm not happy. But everyone else is happy, but I won't be because that's just the way I am.
The nominees are announced.
Whatever happens, let's have a good time.
Yeah. The red carpet is rolled out.
Does it look okay?
Yeah.
Right.
And the winner is...
Once a year, East Coast celebrates the outstanding employees from across its 3,000-strong workforce at a prestigious black tie awards ceremony in York. Setting out from London's King's Cross is awards nominee driver Steve and his wife Angie.
I think I'll need a chance to be a passenger. Right, let's settle down. It can be a bit strange sometimes travelling. You do enjoy it, but then if the train slows down when you're not expecting it to slow down, you're then thinking, oh, why are we slowing down? And hoping that there's nothing wrong. But I'm a bit of a Jonah, apparently, because every time I go on trains travelling passengers, they break down.
So watch out.
Oh, don't worry. Passengers are looking at me now. Don't worry, it's going to be fine.
Steve has been nominated for the Improving Train Performance Award.
So we're at Peterborough now, and we're 2 minutes late. So I now make a note in my delay book so that I can ring delays later on and tell them why we were 2 minutes late into Peterborough.
He goes the extra mile, noting down every train problem he comes across, even taking his work home with him.
I think I've been nominated because back in November I wrote a 5,500 word report in my own time at home. It probably took me about 4 or 5 days to do, with about 27 or 28 different ideas on how we can actually improve our train performance and our punctuality.
And today, a punctual service is extra important.
What time does it start?
It starts at 6:30, so...
So we have to be there dead on?
Yes, it's quite strict actually, because there's a timetable to work to. So we have to be there on time, otherwise it wouldn't look very good if I'm going there for improving train performance and then I'm late for the award ceremony.
That's true.
The train departs King's Cross, and one carriage along from driver Steve are the hard-working engineers from the Bounds Green Maintenance Depot. and they waste no time in getting the party started.
Nice one. We got to be the favourites. Definitely. No, for looks. Yeah.
Bounds Green has been nominated for the much-coveted Team of the Year award.
Keep going, brother. Right, stop.
While the rest of the line sleeps, these hard-working blokes work through the night, managing the Herculean task of keeping all of the East Coast electric trains repaired and railworthy. Their nomination came as a surprise to these East Coast veterans.
A bit of a shock, I must admit. Didn't expect to be nominated because we're, like I say, we're in the background. We don't get noticed that much. A lot of the crews must probably get nominated more than we do. So yeah, it's a great honour.
And strictly observing classic award show etiquette, they're just happy to be nominated.
I believe, personally, myself, that Newcastle's going to win. The reason being because they are in the front of everything that goes on, and we are in the background. And I believe that they will actually win the Team of the Year.
Further up the line, a key member of their competition, Pam from the Newcastle station team, is making her way south to York.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping Newcastle will win because I think it'll be a good morale boost for the team.
The Newcastle team had a busy year, weathering a Friday when the train stood still.
All I can do is ask you to weather well. There's nothing moving at the moment north of Newcastle.
A seriously tough Derby Day crowd.
Michelle's been thrown, Michelle's been thrown.
If you want to move back, you're going to get hurt here, OK? So move back.
And Pam herself faced a close call with difficult customers.
No! Wait! No!
It's upset Pam. Jodie actually grabbed her head, and to me that's assault. I just think that's out of order.
Whoever has nominated Newcastle Station has took the time out and said, you know, and recognised that we do a great job. And it is like a little thank you to say, you know, we are aware of what you do. Even if we don't win, it is, you know, it's nice to be recognised for what we do.
Pam is going for the gold tonight, but is starting off with a nice bronze.
I had a spray tan done. Normally when I get a spray tan done, it's straightforward, wash it off, brilliant tan. Unfortunately this morning I got up and I had white patches on my legs and arms, so I've had to do some running around and some patching up of the spray tan so that it's even. Hope it's worked.
For all the on-board nominees, it's a refreshing change to be travelling as ordinary passengers.
Good luck in that.
Whatever happens, let's have a good time. Yeah.
The trains pull into York Station, and Steve has got a case of big night nerves.
When you actually arrive at the place, it does give you more of an idea of you're actually close to it. And I expect the closer we get to the actual presentation time, it's going to be like, am I going to win? But it doesn't matter. I have to say that. It doesn't matter if I don't win. It's just great to be here. But we'll see.
And with only 2 hours to the awards,
thank you very much. Bye.
The nominees head to the hotel to get red carpet ready.
Okay. Does it look okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Very nice.
That's good.
If we win, fantastic. If we don't, you know, it's a good night out, so it's fine.
I suppose I'm feeling a little bit nervous. The closer we get to it, you just never know what might happen.
Hi.
The Newcastle station manager, Louise, is ready to go.
I haven't had time to do it.
You know what, I'm really excited for the table tonight because we've got some people that have never been to the East Coast Awards. It's nice as a manager to see your staff enjoying themselves and letting them the hair down.
Let's go.
Bye.
It's time for the annual East Coast Business Achievement Awards, coming to you from the Barbican Theatre at York. It's a crowd filled with some of the East Coast's finest. The ladies are looking glamorous and the gents have scrubbed up well. Railway chaplain Stephen is trying hard to stay impartial.
I'm rooting for everybody, but I am secretly rooting for York Station, actually. Yeah, we've got to take that prize, yeah.
I've just been having a look. We're on table 4, the Newcastle team, so fingers crossed that's a good omen that we're near the stage.
The nominees are invited to take their seats in the ballroom, and everyone is eagerly awaiting the celebrity master of ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's special host, Olympic, Commonwealth, European and World Triple Jump record holder and gold medalist, Jonathan Edwards, CBE.
Hello and good evening. As many of you know, I'm a great fan of the East Coast. I use the services regularly. I'm sure I recognise a number of faces in here. And I have to say you have made a fantastic difference over the last 3.5 years, so very, very well done indeed.
There are 13 awards in total.
And the winner is...
And the winner is...
The winner is...
From Safety Achievement of the Year...
The Onboard Safety Forum.
To Outstanding Individual.
Stephen Sheard.
A parade of winners take to the stage until the evening is down to its final 2 awards.
Our next award is for improving train service.
And Steve's moment of truth has finally arrived.
And the winner is... Chris Jury.
And believe it or not, Steve loses out, but remains positive.
I'll just have to do a little bit better next year. Maybe instead of being the bridesmaid again, I can be the bride next time.
He's always my winner.
There's one award to go, Team of the Year, and the nominees are...
The Newcastle Station Team. Then we have the team at Clay Hills Depot. And finally, the Bounds Green Depot Class 91A shift.
Thank you, Jonathan. It gives me great pleasure to announce that the winning team, the Newcastle Station Team.
And Newcastle pip Bounds Green to Team of the Year and bring the ceremony and another year on the East Coast Line to a close.
Yes! Newcastle won! Yeah, we won Team of the Year. Really, really pleased.
I'm a bit gutted, but I mean, it was really nice. I was surprised to be actually nominated for the whole team, so I'm very proud of them as a whole.
I've had a fantastic night. I think, you can just feel the atmosphere. You can just feel, the absolute emotion, the positivity, the excitement. It just makes you realise, actually a bit of recognition goes an awful long way.
Oh, me bacon. How many people have that view when they go to work?
Take your time, sir.
OK, sir, jump on the train.
There you go. All done, and the lady's got her bag back.
Thank you very much. Cheers, thank you. My liege. My liege.
Here we go.
Bonjour.
No, off the train.
Look at this office window. Fantastic.
Come on!
Get in there. Yes.
Hello, darling.
Isn't that lovely?
No.